fantastic Leo Kearse!
Hello, London. How you doing? You well? Nice. Nice to be here. I should probably point out that my head looks a bit mental. I know it does. Basically, what happened was the way I thought would be best to deal with the current situation in Britain was to get a lobotomy. Keir Starmer's doing a great job. The BBC displays a wide range of opinions, and multiculturalism seems to be working very well. Oh, this thing's a fucking godsend. Oh, I can fit right in. It's amazing. It's great to... I actually got a hair transplant because I don't know if you can see, but some people can shave their head and look good. Like Jason Statham doesn't need it to get a hair transplant, can just shave his head. I shaved my head and I've got not 1 point, but 2 points. I've got a double cone head. You know what I mean? I don't know what woman's going to be attracted to that. Like maybe somebody who's like, well, it's possibly going to be easier to pass through my birth canal. Unless it gets caught in the sort of dromedary ridge. But yeah, and also I got them to tattoo a yarmulke onto the back. Just, you know. Why not? Why not just join the winning side? Is it really a ceasefire, Hamas? Is it a ceasefire? Or are you just checking it out because you're all dead? Obviously terrible. Terrible loss and destruction in the Gaza Strip. It's terrible. Although, ironically, it's been safer for gay people because there haven't been any roofs to throw them off. So... swings and roundabouts. You know, it's great to be here. Great to be here at a comedy gig that's described as a Nazi rally masquerading as comedy. Because, of course, that's how Hitler started out. As a comedy night on a Tuesday night. You know what I mean? Things just kind of snowballed from there. I'm looking forward to the Polish leg of the tour. Oh, it's ridiculous. I'm not a Nazi. I hate socialism. Man, no, I think people got the wrong idea about right-wing people. Like right-wing people. Maybe 50 years ago, 60 years ago, right-wing people were, racist, homophobic, sexist, all the rest of it, We still are, but we toned it down a bit. No, no. People have got the wrong idea. We're not those things anymore. Now being right-wing just means you want smaller government, lower taxes, less government interference in people's lives. We don't want to build concentration camps. Frankly, I'm opposed to concentration camps because that is state spending. And I don't know if you've noticed, but all the anti-Semitism seems to be on the left now. All these lefties, all these Guardian readers being like, oh my God, the Zionists, the Jews control the banks. Oh, the Jews control the banks. I'm glad they do. It looks very complicated running a bank. Let's let the Jews do it. Those little nerds with their glasses. Yeah. I've seen them. Oh, you can control the weather, but you can't control your stigmatism in your eyes. Yeah. That's how stuff should work. What, you want the Jews playing basketball? No. This is how things should work. Well, you want another demographic running the banks? You want Scottish people running the banks? How did that work out in 2007? Man, it's a free world. You can bank with whatever bank you want. If you want a bank run by somebody else, if you want a bank with the ZANU-PF Bank of Zimbabwe, There's nobody stopping you. Like, oh, I got a mortgage. I got a mortgage approved at 5 trillion%. But according to this document, even if I pay it back, my house gets repossessed because I'm white. Times have changed, but I see, a lot of these issues are coming up now. Immigration is a big issue, and I've seen it in London. I've been in London for over 20 years. I'm an immigrant myself. I'm from Scotland, and in case you're wondering why you couldn't understand a word coming out of my mouth, but I've seen London speak English. It's a great attempt at humour, and really encourage you. But I've seen London change in the time I've been here. Like, there's been so many Somalians arrive that parts of London just don't feel like Bangladesh anymore. And I got to say, a lot of the arguments against immigration are just wrong. Like, I see people saying, oh, they're coming over here, they're taking our jobs. Like, they're not taking my job. I don't even own a Toyota Prius. I love the fact people are willing to come here and deliver me a pizza in the rain for 70 pence. Man, I've started ordering pizzas. I don't even want the pizza. I just want somebody from sub-Saharan Africa to have to go out in the rain on a bike and bring me a fucking pizza. I just stand by the window waiting for the temperature to drop. Just wait for the rain to fall. Then I'm like, 1 7-inch margarita. Fucking... Would I like to leave feedback? Yes, he sounded like he was developing a chest infection. 1 star. Taking our jobs. Oh, that's a ridiculous thing. Then I was reading about the Asian grooming gangs. I don't know if you've heard about these guys. These Chinese guys going around brushing people's hair. It's Japanese guys going around doing pedicures. It's awful. Asian grooming gangs. It's Pakistani Muslim child rape gangs. Let's be a bit more specific. Sorry if that makes me, racist or whatever, but, it's Pakistani Muslim child rape gangs. Yeah, not my best punchline, but I was reading about these guys, and, how they go around preying on white and Sikh working class girls, subjecting them to horrific gang rapes and stuff. And I realised they're not coming over here taking our jobs. They're coming over here, they're taking our paedophilia. There are good, honest, hard-working British paedophiles out there. They've invested in vans, they've invested in chocolates, they've invested in boxes of puppies. And their God-given right to paedophilia has been taken away from them by these Johnny-come-latelys. It's disgusting. Honestly. They got no respect. They got no respect for the British traditions of paedophilia. I'm yet to see one of these grooming gangs run a marathon dressed in a gold tracksuit. Smoking a cigar. You know what I mean? Yet to see one of them be a close friend of Justin Welby. I haven't seen any grooming gangs present the news at 10. These guys just aren't putting the effort in. It's disgusting. But, I hope I don't get accused of Islamophobia for that. I know people do get accused of Islamophobia. Islamophobia it's like a sort of irrational fear of Islamists. But I don't know if it's that irrational, to be honest, Like, nobody's given arachnophobes a hard time, and all a spider's going to do is just scuttle out from under the couch and give you a little fright. You know what I mean? Not that I'm saying there's any similarities between spiders and Islamists, Spiders have got hairy legs and kill a surprising number of people in hot countries. I don't know. Spiders don't seem as scary to me. You know, maybe I'm missing something. But if you got home from work and you're sitting down watching TV and then Osama bin Laden scuttles out from under the couch, oh my God, you're going to shit yourself. It's the legs. They're so long. They're going so fast. Look at his distended thorax. Oh my God. Then you go upstairs for a bath and there's Abu Hamza in the bathtub struggling to get out. But he can't get purchase on the side of the bath because he's got hooks for hands. It'd be much more worrying. Have you been following the Russell Brand rape trial? No, because there hasn't been one. There hasn't been one. Just another great man dragged down. Maybe Russell Brand is a terrible guy as well, but I don't know, like, he must have shagged, I calculated it, he must have shagged like 8,000 women, and only like 4 or 5 have come forward. He's still like 99.97% not a rapist, you know? I wish I could get a vaccine with that effectiveness. And I'm not criticising the vaccine, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I would have been way more in favour of the vaccine if I'd known how many top athletes it was going to kill. There's a real chance of me representing Scotland at the Olympic Games. I was reading about some of Russell Brand's, accusations. Somebody said, oh, it's terrible. Oh, he got his dick out at work and oh, it was terrible. And then somebody else was like, oh, it was awful. He asked me for a blowjob and it made me feel awkward. And, it's terrible. It made her feel awkward. That's really bad. It's genuine. But that's how we get blowjobs. Like, you've got to be proactive about these things. You've got to get out there and start asking some of those tough questions. Like, can I have a blowjob, please? You can't just sit at home on your couch waiting for a face to fall in your dick. And you will never get a blowjob. That's how the system works. I don't know, I think maybe some of this Me Too stuff could have been headed off at the past. If just maybe occasionally women offered men blowjobs. Just, you see a guy looking twitchy, just get in there before he asks the question. I don't know. No, I get it, the Me Too stuff, some of these guys, absolute monsters, like Harvey Weinstein, ugh, disgusting. What a slug, he's just like Jabba the Hutt, and he's all like, oh, do you want to watch me take a shower? It's like, no, nobody wants to watch you take a shower, Harvey. I've never been scrolling down Pornhub and seen that category. Fat guy takes shower, you know what I mean? Like, then he wanks in a fern afterwards. Oh, every woman's fantasy, beautiful. But the reason I know Harvey Weinstein is a terrible guy is because his claims were paid out by his insurance. He had fucking rape insurance. Who gets rape insurance? Also, what do you say to your insurance broker to get that? You walk in, you're like, oh, no, I'm not saying I'm going to. But just in case. Ridiculous. Disgusting. But yeah, no, like Harvey Weinstein's a monster, but like I just think, all of us have been victims of something horrific. Well, I'm the victim of a serious sexual assault. Don't worry, it's a funny story because I'm a bloke. But basically, when I was 17, I got run over. I don't know if you can see my leg there. So yeah, I didn't get that done in Turkey. That is on the NHS. I got run over. This truck went over my leg, smashed it to bits, and I woke up on the ground. Don't worry, it's fine now. I can do this. You know what I mean? Not that I ever do that, because why would you do that unless you're in a Las Vegas chorus line? But I guess it's good to know that employment option is still open to me. Especially with my new John Travolta hairdo. But it'll be fine in about 8 years. I should get back to the story of my sexual assault. But basically, the guy went to jail and everything. But I got run over, and it took ages to get fit. The doctors had to do all these operations and stuff, and I was in hospital for a long time, and they put me on loads of morphine, and I already liked drugs before I went into hospital. So when I came out, I was basically addicted. You know what I mean? I was addicted to opiates. So I was just caning drugs. And I started university, so I got a grant. That's how old I am. I got all this free money, got a loan and a grant and stuff, and so I had all this free money to buy drugs with. So I was just absolutely caning drugs. But then my life just went into this sort of spiral, you know what I mean? And I was just walking about like a robot. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't get a boner, I couldn't feel anything. It was just when I took drugs, I felt good. So I went to the doctor on campus and I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. You know what I mean? I explained the whole situation. He was like, well, look, you've been through a traumatic thing. You've been run over, all the rest of it. You've got this drug dependency. It sounds like you're depressed, but don't worry, we can give you antidepressants. But first, I need to check your testicles. And he said, drop your trousers and then lay on this trolley. So I dropped my trousers. And he checked my testicles for, I'm not joking, about 15, 20 minutes. And at the time, I was like, oh man, I'm getting such a good treatment on the NHS. This guy is leaving no stone unturned. He is really getting in there. I'm getting the full Bupa treatment. You know, what a country. I salute socialism. What a way to live. This is fucking amazing. Look at him go. And then he gave me the antidepressants, which were amazing. I wish I could get depressed again so I could go back on them. It was amazing. It was like being in Dawson's Creek or something. Everything was light, and I was like, hugging my dad and stuff. It was weird, but it was great. But I got better and stuff. And then about a year later, I dropped out of uni, and I was on the phone to my mate Desi, who was still at uni, and he was like, "Do you hear about the campus doctor?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, got done for sexual assault. I was like, no way, what was he doing? And Desi's like, anything you went in for, like sprained ankle, fucking psoriasis, he's fondling your testicles for like 15, 20 minutes. I was like, no way, he did my testicles. Desi's like, no way, what were you in for? I was like, depression. Desi's like, do you not think it was a bit weird? You're in for depression. He wanted to fondle your testicles for 15 minutes. I'm like, I'm not a fucking doctor. I don't know. You know what I mean? That might be how it works, like your ball bone's connected to your fucking brain bone. I don't know. Fucking hell, they're always doing weird stuff, like telling you bend over and cough, and then they stick their thumb up your arse. Like, fucking hell, it's the doctors. But yeah. He got sent down. Not for me. I didn't even know I'd been diddled, you know? Yeah, Dr. Alan Buchan at Stirling University got sent down for it, and that was a shame. I thought he was a very good doctor apart from that. And apparently one of the guys, he got rumbled. He got rumbled when one of the guys went back a third time. A third time with some completely non-testicle related, and just got the, I like to think he'd only get me twice, Okay. Well, I think that's my career destroyed. So, how long have I? I'll do longer. Does that be? Yeah. Okay. How was your? Oh, somebody. We've come to the wrong show. He's saying the most appalling things. Yeah, I do. I'll tell you, I got married. I got married during lockdown. Do you have a good lockdown, by the way? Do you have a good lockdown? Man, Scotland had a fantastic lockdown. The average age of coronavirus victims in Scotland is actually older than the average life expectancy. That is mental. That means people are living longer in Scotland if they get coronavirus. In Scotland, coronavirus isn't a disease, it's an antioxidant. The Scottish diet is so bad, you can actually introduce a bat virus into it, and Scottish bodies just go, what is this? Is this fibre? Only normal source of fibre in a Scottish person's diet is from accidentally eating paper around a kebab. You know what I mean? I thought the NHS did well in the lockdown and COVID as well. Any NHS workers in here tonight? Nice. Oh, right here. Amazing. Good to see you. Give them a round of applause. They love that. In many ways, it's better than a pay rise, isn't it? That's right. Yeah. And you do some proper, some front line, or we're taking that applause back. It's, if you're just sitting at your laptop during COVID and then still skipping the queue at Tesco with your badge, getting free bunches of flowers, what do you do for the NHS?
Working radiology.
Working radiology? No, that's proper. He's going out there. He's getting exposed to dangerous beams. That's amazing. Seeing through people. That's proper work. You know what I mean? They do a great job. They did great job during COVID. I still prefer private medical care though. Like no offense. I know the NHS is great. It covers everybody. It works out cheaper and more effective. But I prefer private medical care because you don't have to be grateful. Coming out and clapping every Thursday night, like, oh, thank you, NHS. Thank you for doing the jobs you willingly chose to do in return for money, like every other job. You're getting paid, right? Yeah, got a pension and everything. It's not a conversation. Don't worry. You know the only other job that you get clapped for fulfilling your basic job obligations is Ryanair when the plane lands. And I think in both cases, it's because we know we've drastically underpaid for a service. And we're just amazed to be alive. There is no way a £5.99 flight to Lanzarote should land anywhere near the fucking tarmac. Man, that thing should just break up over the Atlantic. We all go screaming into the sea. We don't even mind. It's $5.99. What a bargain. Can't even hug your family goodbye because you haven't paid £4 extra to sit next to each other. Man. You know, they do that when checking. You get to the check-in bit and they're like, do you want to sit next to each other? And it's like, why can't we just sit next to each other? We're getting on the same plane. And they're like, no, unless you give us £4 extra each, we're going to move you around on the little seating chart because we're a bunch of cunts. Man. You're not getting any extra service for that £4. You're literally just bribing Ryanair to not be terrible people. That's like if you went to the bar here and you said, can I have a pint of lager, please? And the barman's like, certainly, sir, that'll be £4 or £8 if you don't want me to dip my balls in it. Sorry, I forgot we're in East London. That'll be £32 or... I hope nobody's been offended by anything I've said tonight. Like I get in trouble sometimes. Like I got in trouble on social media. Social media is the worst, man. People try to look so cool on social media. One of my mates, he does Tough Mudder. Do you know what Tough Mudder is? It's this sort of army obstacle course thing that they do. They get basically they get personal trainers to guide people over walls and through hoops. Sort of like a dog show for project managers. He does this thing, so he's got all the pictures to put on social media. He's all like covered in mud. He's like, yeah, I had to crawl through mud. Had to crawl through mud on the barbed wire. You're barbed wire. It's like, it's not dangerous. If it was dangerous, they wouldn't let you do it, you fucking accountant. Like, you're doing it at a car park in Guildford. They haven't paradropped you behind the lines in Ukraine, you know? Get a grip. I've got another friend on Facebook. I've got two friends, basically, but she found out she's pregnant, so she posted pictures of her baby bump. She's all like, check out my baby bump. I'm 12 weeks pregnant. It's like, I checked out the size of a baby at 12 weeks. It's like, you're 12 weeks pregnant. That baby's the size of a pea. Like, you don't have a baby bump. You just always looked a bit pregnant. Like, nothing's changed because you pissed on a stick. It's like, what, are your thighs pregnant as well? Not for everyone. No, I hope nobody got offended because I told that story at a gig, and then people got angry that I was making fun of fat people, and somebody in the audience was really upset and they went away and they blogged about it on the internet with their pudgy little fingers. And then I was doing a show in Leicester, and because of this blog, fat activists turned up to demonstrate against my show. Well, I'm not joking. Halfway through the show, these fat activists stood up, kind of slowly. And they shouted, "We are fat activists!" And I had to agree with them. They were fat as fuck activists. I mean, that's got to be a tough job, by the way, being a fat activist, because if you get too active, you might stop being so fucking fat. Anyway, I managed to escape by walking up some stairs. One of them threw a milkshake at me, but it was empty. Folks, thanks so much for indulging me tonight. I've been Leo Kearse. Good night. Cheers.